You have heard it everywhere and it literally keeps evolving. Makeup theory is the literal foundation on which all makeup is based on, and pun intended. And one of the very first things that they teach you in makeup school, together with brushes and their functions, so that you can understand how to learn what type of undertone, of foundation, of colors you should use for redness, for breakouts, blue eyes, brown eyes, green eyes. Color theory is fundamental in makeup and it keeps evolving. Lately, there's been a new thing that's called seasonal color analysis. I struggle to tell this name because in Italian it's a completely different name. It's called armocromia. Seasonal color analysis divides people based on contrast, on the intensity of their colors, and a lot of factors, dividing them into spring, summer, winter, autumn, and attaching to each season a different color palette. According to this theory, this color palette is the one that looks better on these people according to their season, the one that highlights their features, that make their face look glowy. Today we're here to test that. Is that really true? The problem with finding your colors in makeup is that we don't often have just one. And while we always hear about undertones for foundations, there's pink, there's yellow, there's olive, there's neutral. Our skin actually has two types of colors. There's the overtone and the undertone. And the fact that some people, actually quite a lot, have mismatching overtone and undertone creates problems and when you're trying to find your foundation shade. For example, I always thought I have a cool undertone. But whenever I tried foundations that were made for cool skin tones, they did look too pink on me and it wasn't the perfect match. With time, I understood that probably it was because I had to choose a more neutral option. Maybe because I have a mismatch. Maybe my undertone is pink and my overtone is more peachy, so more yellow. And that's why neutral foundations look better on me. So according to seasonal color analysis, still I'm struggling to say this. According to this theory, I am a winter, and I won't even go into all the subcategories into each season because that's madness to learn about. I am a winter, high contrast, very pale, high intensity. And basically, I should look good with black and white, which surprisingly, winter is the only season that has these colors in its palette, as well as grays, blues, burgundies, fuchsia, and this type of colors. You can search online, there's plenty of references. However, I find it weird that whenever I wear cool tones, which is the suggested option for makeup when it comes to makeup for winter people, I dislike the way I look. I think I go neutral with makeup as well. I prefer colors that are a bit ambiguous, like is burgundy a cool color or is it a warm color? You can't really define it as there are different multiple shades and variations. But anyways, I don't think I look great with cool tone makeup, even if I do find myself looking better and more confident and more highlighted when I wear clothing that matches my season. I'm going to be doing my makeup according to my palette, my seasonal palette, and we're going to see if it really looks good or if it's meh. Keep in mind that I do believe that people should do their makeup and wear whatever they want. So yeah, this is just a test. So I have already done my foundation and my eyebrows because that doesn't really matter. As I told you, my foundation is neutral. I go for neutral shades, and we're going to do the rest of my face, starting with this, which mirror on the wall was the coolest of them all. It's this palette here. This also has a few neutrals, but we are going to go into the cool like the really cool, and I'm talking about the silver, these grays, and overall this row here. I can already tell you that this isn't going to go well because I tried wearing cool tones before. Not really my preference. I'm starting with this brownish grayish, which is the shade called Bold type. I'm not going to show you the shades because this is uncomfortable to hold up. And I'm starting with that in the outer corner, just blending it out. This is just a base, the base color, and I will build up the intensity. Also because when I was researching this color theory, this seasonal color analysis stuff, a lot of suggestions about my season came up, and according to those, smoky eyes are what looks best, which I love a smoky eye, just don't love it in the traditional gray and black. But I don't think I will go for a smoky eye. I think we will go with that very bold silver shade. I'm picking up the shade Rumor Mill, which is a more bluish gray, and deepening the outer corner. Yeah, you can definitely see this is just a more classic traditional gray. This palette is great for its mattes, by the way. I don't really love the shimmers because they look great in the palette, but don't show up on the eyes. Okay, so now that that's blended, I'm going finger deep into that Magnetic Moon shade, which is this silver here, and just, oh, that's like a punch in the face. This color is like a punch in the face for me. This is probably the only shade in that palette that works so well. Anyways, just, I already have my opinions, but again, I don't know, maybe a cool toned overall matchy look will do the trick and make me change my mind. I know that basically gold and silver are the two shades that the analysts in this theory use to understand what goes better with you. So basically they hold up different colors up to your neck and see which color makes you more glowy. You have gold or silver. I always thought silver would be the best on me, and I think it suits me better than gold, but this is not it, in my opinion. I'm going into the black to deepen the outer corner. Black is such a universal color. It's so weird to me that only winter has both black and white. It's crazy because everybody thinks black looks good on whatever type of clothing you're wearing and arrangement. Black is black, come on. So now that I have this, I'm going into the lower lash line and basically repeating the same shades without the silver because it's already too much. So I'm gonna add my typical wing, also added some mascara, and this is how we're looking. And we're going to move on to the blush. I have picked this one from Lunar Beauty. It's the Nude Prism blush palette, and here we have a very cool toned shade which is called Pink Prince. As you can see, this looks really purpley in its undertone, and let's use this to brighten up the cheeks. I don't like this color, this shade, especially if I'm not mixing it with other more neutral or warm shades. But what I'm noticing right now is that my under eyes, which tends to be a little more on the purple side, is showing much more now that I have cool tones on my face. So I can clearly see the shade here and less here, but this shade here, it's a lot. So I will try adding a touch more concealer and see if it's just the eyeshadow, which I don't think it is because I don't see any fallout. So it may just be that these cool tones are making my own cool tones stand out. I think this helped a bit. Basically, the concealer that I'm using, which is the Fenty Beauty Bright Fix, is a very low coverage concealer, but usually I really don't have to reapply. I'm fine with a bit of shade coming out, but this time I really can't stop and I really can't help but stare at it. I feel like it's much more in your face than usual. For the lips, I'm using Colourpop lipsticks in the shade Kami and the Colourpop Just a Tint in the shade Rosé Way. Kami, I don't know if it's really cool tone. I think it's the cooler lipstick in my collection, but I don't have cool tone lipsticks. But the Just a Tint is definitely pink, definitely cool tone pink. It almost matches the blush. Yeah, this is definitely has a purple undertone, so I was right. This is a very bright color, which I definitely did not expect by looking at this in the tube. It's not that bright, right? Am I crazy? I think it's not that bright, but once I apply it, it is quite bright and it pulls a lot purple. So this is perfect for what I'm doing. I will still apply the Just a Tint on top, almost like a glossy coat. Yes, this did give it a bit more of a glossy finish. This is the finished look. What do we think? My opinion, I like this look. I mean, a cool tone look is good per se. And that's why I don't really love the fact that we should be bound to color palettes and schemes when it comes to makeup. I definitely think this is not the look that suits me the best. I feel like I look better with more neutrals. I like this look. I think it's classy. I think it's classy, it's elegant. It's just not me and not something I like. If you had to make me pick a type of makeup that I would go out for to conquer, you know, to impress, that this would not be it. Yeah, definitely not in my comfort zone. But what do you think about this look, and what do you think about the seasonal color analysis? This time I said it right. And what's your season? What do you try to stick to the color palette, or do you not? Do you prefer it only for clothes? I certainly, for now, prefer it only for clothes. I mean, who am I? Who is she? Thank you for sticking with me today and for watching my video. I hope you will consider subscribing and leaving a like. It really helps me a lot. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.